you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Yo everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can follow me there, DM me there, comment there, ask me questions there. We also put out daily setups on that Twitter page. We also do the same thing on this YouTube page, so you can comment down below if you have questions. Also, click that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and when you do that, also hit the bell. That bell will give you the daily notifications for when we send out our day trade setups, our swing setups, and any other learning tools that I send out. So today we are going through our swing trades for February 14th, the week of. So when you buy your options, maybe you're just buying shares, but if you're buying options, you're buying your expiry for the following Friday or later, okay? So let's get started. What I've got here, we're going to start with Apple. I've got the weekly chart up on the right, the daily chart on the left, the hourly chart on the bottom left, and the monthly chart on the bottom right. So I just like to go through all of these with you guys just so we can see where we can possibly get in or out of the plays outside of the initial swing on the 1 week. Okay, so first up is Apple. We had an outside bar on Apple last week. We currently have time frame continuity to the downside. Okay, so that doesn't mean a whole bunch. We could next week we could be green, but we have to see where we open up. The other thing we have here on the monthly is an inside bar. So we could still chop around within here, but you can still take plays on Apple. So what we've got on Apple, this outside bar, we'd be buying in calls at 176.61, puts at 168, okay? So and for an outside bar, I've got a video on outside bars I just did. If you guys don't know, an outside bar is basically, it breaks the high and the low of the previous candle. So whether it's a minute candle or a 12-month candle or a 1-year candle or a 1-hour candle, an outside bar breaks the high and the low of the previous candle. Okay, so we have a 1 hour here, calls, puts, and when you're looking for your targets on this, or possible targets, or magnitude, if you want to call it, if we break the low, our magnitude is this first wick, the bottom of this first wick right here. Okay, at 150, what are we at? 154.70. That is your first target. If we're going the opposite way and we're taking calls on this, our first target is only here at $177.22. The next one would be way up here at 182.87, okay? Don't be afraid if you are in profit to take some profit. You are much better to stay green than you are if this turns around and goes against you and you go red, okay? I always want you guys to take profit. But if it starts turning around, at least make your stop wherever your entry point is, and then at least you're at a break even minus your cost of buying your brokerage fees. Okay, so that was Apple. We'll move on here. AFRM, as we said up here, big outside bar because of their earnings. Okay, so we have calls at $84.29, puts at $45.29. That is an extreme. Full time frame continuity to the downside as of last week. We'll see how that plays out this week. So the reason I have these up here is just to look for continuity. So if we break the low here on the weekly at 45.29, that's the same line here, okay, on the daily. On the hourly, it's the same line here. So you could be looking in here on this hourly. If we open up and it doesn't gap on this hourly, if we break the bottom of that green candle, okay, we're looking at a rev strat there, okay, so a 2-1-2 up, and we'd be looking for a 2 down here, okay. So if we do hit that, you have the chance to get in earlier than you would here, okay, or you can just look at that weekly play, doesn't matter. But that's why I have the 4 corners up here, the 4 different charts, 4 different time frames. Okay, so let's move on to AMD. AMD on the weekly, we've got full time frame to the downside as of last week, and we're looking for a reversal on this one, okay? So I will be doing a video on a reversal. You guys are watching this, maybe the video is already out there, but as of now, in this current time frame at 3:30 p.m. on a Sunday, February 13th, the video is not out, but it's on my list of things to do. So anyways, reversal, we have a 2 up that finished red, okay, so we'll be looking for puts here at $111.68 on AMD, okay, and if you look on the monthly's tough because we're stuck on this inside bar here still, so you could still see some chop on that. What do we have on the hourly? We're still good. No real plays to take there other than the reversal here on the weekly. Okay, BABA, that's Baba. Alibaba Group on the weekly. We have got an outside bar, so calls at 128.16, this pink line here, and puts at 113.66. The month is red, inside bar, so that's this little thing here. If you guys are looking for this indicator that shows you this hourly, if you look down below, the hourly, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly here, you can go into your indicators and strategies in TradingView and type in time frame continuity, board rider B, okay? That is what you're looking for. And if you're looking for the indicators on the candlesticks to show you if it's a 1, a 2, or a 3, you can type in candle type. It'll be brackets the Strat by Crinklebind, okay? So that's where you can find that. I don't use it, but if you need it to help you with the candle indicators, by all means use it. Okay, so we did BABA, BAC. We are slow here today. BAC, Bank of America, we have another reversal set up here with on the weekly. We had a 2 up that finished red. Okay, our weekly is red. The month, quarter, and year are all green. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt and look at the play the next day, but we would be looking for a reversal here with targets at the bottom of this green candle, okay? So puts at $47.49. Etsy, I think Etsy was one of the good ones. I can't remember. Etsy on the 1 week, we have got, so we've got 3-1 set up, and Rich from Trading Wars would call this the Holy Grail. So 3, which is an outside bar, a 1, which is an inside bar. It's a powerful setup. So we can look for calls at 148.82, puts at 133.40. Okay, and then do we have anything else here? Not really. So this is the only one I would be looking for on the weekly for Etsy to do something on. EW, I'm coming up on 10 minutes here, so I'll try and run through these a little bit faster. EW, Edwards Life Sciences, another reversal to the downside. We have a 2 up to finish red, so we'd be looking for a 2 down. Currently, full time frame continuity to the downside, so puts would be at 108.79. We do have an inside bar on the month, so you're going to have to watch out for chop. It hasn't really moved a whole bunch on the monthly, so it's kind of just stuck in this range. But these inside bars for this month will set us up for a wicked March if we're left with a bunch of inside bars. But there's still a bunch of time to close that monthly candle. And we don't really have anything else on the other time frame. So Edward Life Sciences for the reversal next week. GS, Goldman Sachs. I think there was a bunch of reversal plays that I had set up on here. Goldman Sachs is a reversal as well with a little shooter here. Puts would be at $360.76. Again, inside bar on the month, so be aware of that. Hood, that's Robin Hood, inside bar on the weekly. Full time frame to the downside. So we'd be looking at for calls at 1528, puts at 1297. You could look for a reversal on the daily, okay, but we do have that time frame showing here. And then on the hourly, if you want to play the hourly in the morning, we do have an inside bar here on the hourly, so you can watch that as well. The 1 month is also trading on the inside bar, and we have a long way to go if we want to break out of that on either side. IBM, on the weekly, we have a inside bar again for IBM. So again, just for anybody, I should have mentioned on the last one, inside bar does not break the high or the low of the previous candle. It stays within the range of the previous candle. Okay, so inside bar calls at 138.33, puts at 132.35. Again, we are trading on the inside on the monthly. You could look for a Rev Strat on the hourly and maybe possibly get in a little bit earlier, but let's see how it plays out as we swing that weekly setup. KDP, Keurig Dr. Pepper, we've got another reversal here. Puts at 37.94, another inside bar on the month, so you're going to watch out for that chop, but that's where you would enter here. NVIDIA, NVDA, reversal again, 2 up, finish red. We got a shooter, full time frame to the downside as of last week. Okay, and then the other thing we've got here is an inside bar on the hourly. So that hourly is sitting right on our trigger line for the weekly reversal. So look for NVIDIA to make a move next week. ORCL, that's Oracle Corporation. Another outside bar here on Oracle. Full time frame to the downside as of last week. Calls at 83.85, puts at $79.60. And you could look for a Rev Strat here, possibly on the hourly. But let's see how that one plays out next week. What do I got left here? We got a few, so let me start ripping through these. PFE. I also have PFE Pfizer on my daily chart, as you'll see, for a reversal to the upside. But on the weekly, we've got an inside bar followed by a 2 down, full time frame continuity to the downside, but you could catch a reversal here possibly, as we're showing on the daily, a 2 down that's green. So you can look for a reversal there, and we have a Rev Strat here. But as I said, the time frame continuity is to the downside. So we'll see how Pfizer plays out. Pins, again, it will also be on the daily plays as a double outside bar. But on the weekly, we have an inside bar. So calls would be at $28.05, puts at $25.21. Palantir, PLTR, inside bar, calls at $14.19, puts at $12.63. Okay, and an inside bar on the hourly, so watch Palantir. Inside bar on the monthly. Peloton, PTON. Curious to watch these guys and see how they manage here and what the stock is going to do, but we have a possible Rev Strat on Peloton. So we'd be looking for calls at $27.90, inside bar on the hourly. RBLX, that's Roblox. Roblox, we have you'd be looking for a Rev Strat inside bar, 2 up. We'd be looking for a 2 down. Puts at 61.13. Inside bar on the monthly currently. Space SPCE, Richard Branson, Virgin Galactic Holdings, inside bar on Space. Calls, you'd be looking at $9.45, puts at $8.27, inside bar on the hourly chart. And the monthly chart, we are trading as an inside bar, but we don't have a whole bunch to go to break outside of that outside bar to the downside. So Virgin Galactic is one I would be watching. So the way you can do that, guys, if you have these 4 charts out, you want to go on to this monthly chart here. Let's just put a line here. So that yellow line, which is here, is where we need to break in order to turn this monthly and get it out of that inside bar, okay? So we need to go from, if we break this inside bar on the weekly, we're going from 828 to 769. So if we get there, and that's 50, if we break that 59-cent marker next week, we will break out of this monthly inside bar, okay? So Virgin Galactic is one of the ones I would be watching, SPCE, okay? Space. Square, looks like we've got a, I'm not sure what we're looking at here. I'm not sure why I've got it marked. Low of 99.50, low of 99.81. I think I was looking for a reversal on this one. We have a 2 down that's green, okay, a little doji candle. So calls would be at 119.24, looking for a reversal off of this 3-2 reversal, okay? So you'd be looking for a 3, 2 down, 2 up. And then you could look for the same thing on the hourly, okay? This Rev Strat is an inside bar, and then a 2 down that's green, so you'd be looking for a break above here on your hourly. Now if we go into Twitter, TWTR Twitter, 1 week chart, earnings on Twitter, we have full time frame continuity to the downside. We had a 2 up that finished red, so I would be looking here for Twitter to trend downwards next week. 35.84, you're buying puts. And we're also looking to break out of this inside bar on the monthly on Twitter. There's a lot of tickers that have inside bar months. Okay, so Uber, same thing. We'd be looking for a 2 down reversal. We finished 2 up red, shooter candle here, and we'd be looking for puts at $34.50. We have an inside bar on the hourly, time frame continuity to the downside. Upstart, UPST, we are looking at an inside bar on the weekly. The monthly is also an inside bar. And we have a fair ways to go to break out of that. So inside bar, calls at 119.81, puts at 94.05, and then an inside bar on the hourly as well to see if you want to jump in. If it does go to the downside, it's possible that we hit this weekly trigger down here. Okay, so that was Upstart. Visa, just a V for the ticker symbol, inside bar. We've got calls at $233.27, puts at $223.54. You can look for a Rev Strat here on this inside bar, 2 down that finish red. Okay, and then on our monthly, we are currently a 2 up red. So this will be something to watch in March for a possible downward trend. Okay. EXOM, XOM, that's Exxon Mobil. On the weekly chart, we have a 2 up that finished red. So we'll be watching this one closely as the time frame, again, outside of this week is to the upside. So we'll see. We also are running along this broadening formation line here. So we'll see how Exxon Mobil plays out. DWAC, that's the Donald Trump stock, Digital World Acquisition Corp. We have a 2-up reversal possible, so we are 2 up red, and we're looking for this to come down to the downside. It is also on our daily setups for a Rev Strat to possibly go the other way, so we'll see how DWAC works out, but puts would be at $77.58. You could look for a possible Rev Strat here as well on the hourly. And so I'm just going to go into a couple things here. The thing about playing these plays, guys, you don't need to follow RSI or EMA or PSI or whatever 3-letter, 4-letter abbreviation you want to use, MACD. Those are all the broadening formations. We're talking about bear flags and bull flags, and all of those lines are subjective. Nothing that we do here is subjective. It either is or it isn't. So we look at SOFI right here, home of the SoFi Stadium, home of the LA Rams, Super Bowl Sunday today. But this inside bar here, or double inside bar on the weekly for SoFi, it's not subjective. So it either is or it isn't. We either break this high or we don't. We either break this low or we don't. So you either get in at this point or you don't. There's no guessing on where to draw lines or anything else. There is nothing subjective, and this is why it's one of the easiest strategies to use, okay? There's no guessing in anything that we're doing here, guys. We either are or we aren't. You either are taking that play when it hits that trigger or you aren't. And then you guys have targets as well. So your targets are the bottom of this wick, the bottom of this wick, the top of this wick, the top of this wick. Okay, and this stuff works on any time frame. So study this stuff, guys. Study it and just go off on it and start hammering away. You guys will be successful using this strategy, I promise you. But follow it. Okay, so anyway, SoFi Technologies, we have a double inside bar showing we've had consolidation for the last 2 weeks. Okay, so calls would be at 1344, puts at 1152. We do have another inside bar on the monthly for SoFi. So in order for us to break out of that, we got to get to the 1050 range, which I guess is possible here. So just watch SoFi, and we'll see how we go with that. VHT is Vanguard Health. It's an ETF. So we'll be looking for a reversal here. Time frame to the downside. Inside bar on the hourly. Also inside bar on the monthly. And we've got a long way to go to break out of either one of those. Okay. So that's VHT. ARCW, the Cathy Woods ETF. We have looking for a 2-down reversal. We had a 2-up red shooter candle. Time frame to the downside outside of this hourly bar here from last week. And we do have an inside bar, so you might have an earlier play if it is heading to the downside and you want to jump in here. That's fine too. And we are on an inside bar month on ARCW as well, as a lot of tickers are. Tattooed Chef, inside bar on TTCF, double inside bar actually. And you can see there's a ton of selling up here, up here, up here, up here over the last 3 weeks. That's what those long wicks are showing. Okay, so I also have this on the daily setup as a Rev Strat, but we have a double inside bar, so we're showing consolidation again. And then inside month again on Tattooed Chef. So calls on TTCF would be at $12.96, puts at $11.84. And that's it, guys. I know it was a little longer. I try and go through these in detail if I can. I know a lot of you had said you like these more detailed videos, the longer videos. You like the 4 screens. If you don't, let me know. I can do a couple different videos for you guys. I'm not opposed to that. But let me know what you think. Comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Please let me know. And yeah, let's have a great week, guys. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.